Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I made this really cute nail set. I'm honestly very chatty in this video, so let's jump right into it. So I'm starting off with my nail tips on my nail stand. These nail tips are enailcouture in long sculpted square. I did already buff them. I buff every single nail set before I even start, and then I'm going ahead and putting on my base coat gel. So I like to add one layer of base coat just to give a little extra strength to the nail. It is not necessary. I know a lot of people don't really do this that much. Some people do, but I prefer to so that the nails are very strong. I would never want to get a message of someone breaking their nail because it's a press-on set. There's a tendency to where sometimes you can make them and they'll be a little thin, so you want to make sure that they're a little extra strong. I always like to do just a regular base coat. I use Beetles. You can use any brand. It's literally all the same thing, but if you want to try a different type of product, you can use hard gel or even builder gel. I just personally find that thicker gels that are very thick are extremely hard to work with for me, and I feel like for a press-on set it's unnecessary. That's why you've never seen me use those kind of products. I just use a regular base coat and the nails are super strong after. I honestly get a lot of questions on people telling me like, how do they not break? How are they not flimsy? Are they thin? Like, I get a lot of questions about that on all social medias across all platforms, and I just always have to say, like, they're super strong. Like, they're literally as strong as acrylic nail sets I've made before, because I used to be an acrylic nail tech for a few years. In case you're new to my channel, if you look way back on my videos, you'll see that I have a bunch of acrylic videos content, like all my customers, and I make press-ons now. And my main goal when I started making press-ons was to make them as strong as acrylic nails and also make them look like an acrylic nail set. So I always just go based off of the photo that the customer will send me, but I've made it my mission to find like the best new gel polishes and just best techniques to really make it look like it's literally an acrylic nail set, or like that type of vibe, like if you just came out of a salon but you didn't. So I started off with my base color. The base color will be in the description, and then I am going ahead and doing a white French with my favorite white gel polish. The white gel polish will also be in the description, and I just am going ahead and basically creating a classic French tip nail. I believe these are prom nails, so I think she did get these for her prom. And yeah, I literally tried to make it exactly like the photo. I did show you guys the inspo at the very beginning of the video. I'm gonna start doing that, like inserting the inspo no matter what, so I feel like it gives you guys a little background as to what I'm having to create. I know I used to do that mainly on like my what she wanted versus what she got videos, but when you really think about it, basically almost all my videos are what she wanted versus what she got. So yeah, and I also wanted to say I apologize that I did not upload on Friday. I was so busy this weekend with lots of Mother's Day activities literally every single day, so I just didn't have time to upload that day, and it was mainly because I also didn't have anything filmed, so I didn't have time to film and upload. I just didn't have time. Or not Friday, sorry, Sunday. I just didn't have time, so I just went ahead and made sure that I could get a video up today, and today is Tuesday, so yeah, happy Tuesday. And so basically once I create my French, I'm only doing this on 3 nails. The other 2 are going to be completely blinged out, and I'm going to show you guys what I do for my bling French nails. It's something that makes such a difference that I would have never thought when I was a beginner. So in case you're a beginner to nails, or you're new to press-ons in general, or just whatever it may be, I always like to give you guys my tips and tricks no matter what. I love to make sure that your guys' nails literally slay, basically, because it's Nailsslayedbyval, so yeah. And yeah, so I'm just going ahead and doing this. I also wanted to say that I love these nail tips. These are my most used nail tips by far. I get asked to use these a lot. I would say medium square and long square are my 2 most popular shapes. There was like a time a few months ago where all I was getting orders for was medium almond, like back to back to back to back. But now it's like people are figuring out that they love square again or something, because I've been getting a lot of requests for square all over again, kind of out of nowhere. So I'm getting more requests for these again, and these are definitely my most used nail tips. I get a lot of questions on all social platforms as well on what nail tips I use. So I always use enailcouture. I have a Prey nail tips too, but I do have a whole video on like nail tips 101, reasons that I like some, reasons why I don't like others, and it's just like everything like that. I also in that video tell you guys my favorite nail tips for bigger sizes, like bigger thumbs, because I know a lot of nail tips come with like smaller thumb sizes, or like they're not big enough for every single person. So if you guys want to check that out, I do have a whole video on that. And then I am going to be making more beginner content as well, like literally just how to master everything, like how to master a French, how to master an ombre with the sponge, how to master a regular croc print, how to master chrome, everything like that. So I'm still like learning day to day too, just like you guys. Like I literally learn new techniques all the time. A lot of you guys were telling me, well, I had trouble in my last video on the water technique, like the pool nails, and a lot of you guys gave me a tip to use top coat instead of the blooming gel, and that is a really great tip, and I'm definitely going to try that out. So thank you to everyone that recommended that. I have to try ASAP. I want to do it for a maybe like a TikTok or something, or basically YouTube short. Whenever I say TikTok, I mean YouTube short also, because I post both the same content on those two platforms, but I honestly post more short form content on YouTube shorts than I do on TikTok. So I post way more short videos on here because I like to make remixes out of my older videos. So yeah, and I just have more fun posting on here. Honestly, I feel like I can post whatever, whereas on TikTok, I don't know why, I have this like scaredness or like fear, I guess, that I can't post whatever I want, and I just have to post like very specific type of content. And I don't know why, because I know everybody posts whatever they want on TikTok. TikTok is more of like a whatever platform, like you can post anything, but I don't know why, just for me, I just have that fear for some reason, and I'm gonna hopefully get over that soon. But yeah, for now, I feel more comfortable posting short form content on here that is just anything, and it doesn't have to be so perfect and like have a title and like have a intro and everything like that, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know, that was kind of random. But another thing I wanted to say is, you guys might notice that my nail stands are super crusty, and I know they're so crusty. The reason why they always have gel polish all over them is because anytime I have a little piece of lint or anything, I'm usually just like trying to hurry up and like get the nail set done, not necessarily rushing it, but you know, I don't want to go back and then like have to clean it off like on a wipe, because sometimes lint-free wipes still have a little bit of lint. I know it's kind of rambling, but I usually just wipe off the little piece of lint with the gel like on the stand, and that's why you'll notice a lot of cured gel on my stands. Any type of like quote unquote dirtiness that looks dirty on my stands is because it's all different types of gel polish. But every like week or so, I'll go back in and clean them, and I'll just like chip off the gel polish. Thankfully, these nail stands are like resin or plastic, I'm not really sure, but it makes it very easy to just peel off that gel polish. So these nail stands are also from Amazon, and they are also in the description box in case you guys have questions about the nail stands that I use. I hate the little magnetic ones. I've talked about this before, but they always break on me. I literally just recently in my Shein haul got a little magnetic stand, a new one for my TikToks and short form content, and literally it broke on me already yesterday. I was trying to film something and it literally broke, and I had to glue it with some Makartt rhinestone gel. So I still have yet to find the perfect like nail stand. I think someone might have sent me one from AliExpress, but somebody sent me one, but I've been having problems with AliExpress. Like it tells me that it can't ship to where I live, which is weird because I've always ordered from there for years and years and years and never had issues. I don't know if it's because of the tariffs thing, but yeah, so I'm having some problems. I'm gonna have to go back and see if I can actually order now or not. But it's like a nail stand that looks like it's fully resin, and it doesn't have any magnet, so I definitely need that. And when I say magnet, I mean those like those little skinny stands that have like the magnet connected to the base. I don't like those ones. I prefer to have it just like one solid piece all together instead of it being like detachable. So now I'm basically getting started on the bling. I forgot to mention to you guys while I was rambling that anytime I'm applying bling, and this goes for any bling like background, I always try to put on a glitter gel that matches the exact crystals that I'm going to be using. So in my case here, I used 2 sparkly Nailzbydev gel polishes, and I'll put them in the description. They're just like sparkly silver, and I mix them together to create like the perfect background for these crystals. I absolutely love doing this, and I have learned this trick since the beginning of time, you guys. I learned this trick back in 2019 when I first started doing nails from Natalie Carmona. She used to put on like this holographic glittery gel underneath her crystals. If you guys have been watching her, if you guys watched her back then you guys might know what I'm talking about. She always did this when she was doing her bling, and ever since that day, like ever since that first day that I saw that, literally in 2019 or 2018, I don't even know when it was. It was probably 2018. I literally saw that and I was like, that's so smart to put like a glittery color underneath your crystals. And ever since that, I have never ever failed to make sure I do that. So I always do this, and yeah, I learned that from Natalie Carmona. And yeah, the funny thing is that I've never told you guys is Natalie Carmona is actually who inspired me to start doing nails. Like, I would watch her videos randomly because I wanted to start doing my own nails because of like the salons were super expensive. They would never give me exactly what I wanted, and I was like, you know what, I could probably do this because I've always been really creative and everything like that. And once I started trying to do my own nails, of course, like everyone else, I went to look up like nail tutorials, and she was the first one that came up. She was really, really popular at the time, so I was always watching her videos back to back to back. Every video she would post, I would always watch, and yeah, I learned a lot of stuff from her when it came to acrylic nails. So she was like one of the people that I was always watching all the time. And then yeah, so that was kind of a fun fact, something random, but now I'm going ahead and just putting on the bows. I do always etch the back of these bows, and by etch I mean like I buff them a little bit because they are very shiny on the back. If you guys ever buy these bows, if you're a beginner, you guys will see that they're shiny on the background, and sometimes that may not stick that good to your glue, so you want to make sure to just like buff those out so that way it can have a little bit of grit to stick to. And I'm just using my Makartt rhinestone gel to stick them on. And if I have any extra glue like I do here, like the lumpiness, I don't like when it looks like that, so I try to get a little brush like this, a little flat one, and I just smooth it out around the nail like that. And this is really going to help you have a seamless look so that your bows don't have like that lumpiness on the sides. And sometimes I know it's inedible, like it's kind of hard to clean up, but just try it little by little and you will get the hang of it. And then I'm doing the same thing here on the thumb. I was gonna say something else. Oh, if you guys ever want to know a little more background into my journey, if you guys want to hear a little more about me and stuff like that, I have a lot of really good Q&A videos all about my journey, about how I started, about what I've struggled with, tips and advice and everything like that. I think my Q&A videos are my most liked videos. Like, a lot of people really like everything I say in those, and I think it's because of just like all the like, basically it's like getting into the nitty-gritty of nails and like how I started and everything like that. Not just about me, but about anything that you guys asked me. So if you guys like stuff like that, I usually talk while I'm making a nail set. So I have a lot of Q&A videos. I have a whole playlist here on YouTube with all of my Q&As. So honestly, just look at the ones that have like the most views, and those are probably the best ones. I'm not really sure how it works, but a lot of people really like them. So if you guys ever want to know a little more, check out my playlist videos, because I have a bunch of different playlists. Like, I have a playlist on only press-on nails, I have another playlist on acrylic nails, I have another playlist on my Q&As, I have another playlist on all of my press-on like essential content, and stuff like that. So I usually update my playlist regularly as well. I would do it at least every few months because, you know, I just like to make sure that I keep them up to date and everything like that. And yeah, so here I am putting on the crystals, and anytime I put on these crystals as well, I have to work quickly. And the reason why is because I use a different type of glue for these. I don't use the Makartt rhinestone gel. You could, but sometimes it fails me and sometimes it doesn't. I do use it for the bows, but because I'm using such a large amount of it, like you saw, I put on a really big glob for the bows, but for these little crystals, I am using the Star Bond glue. It is just like a super glue, a cyanacrylate super glue, and it is in the description of my video, and it's just the best. It's like equivalent to the Nailzbydev Bling adhesive. I've said this in a few videos in case you guys watch my videos a lot, but I like to repeat it just in case there's anyone new. And I like this glue. There's different consistencies. I have the medium and the thick consistency, but honestly, the medium one is still really, really runny. You have to work very quickly. And another thing, if you're going to use the thick one, that one doesn't dry as fast, but it still dries fast, but it's way more manageable to work with. So I would recommend you get the thick one. It's like a red bottle. Again, it'll be in the description for you guys so you can find it easier. But I love that one because of the fact that it doesn't leave a white cast that's so strong. If you guys have used any type of air dry glue, you guys will notice it leaves like a white cast on your crystals, and it is so annoying sometimes where you have to go back and clean it up, and sometimes it's hard to clean. So I recommend this glue. And I did get a question last time. I do like this glue more than the Dashing Diva glue from Sally's Beauty. The Sally's Beauty Dashing Diva is amazing because it's so thick. Like, I honestly would use that if I had like a good amount of it, but I honestly used it up. If I had a good amount of it, I would just use that for bigger charms and bigger crystals because it works so good. But the only thing I don't like is that like the crystallization or the like white cast is very, very strong. I think it's because of how thick the glue is. So I would personally recommend the Dashing Diva glue for applying your press-on nails. Like, if you're gonna apply yourself a press-on set, use that glue. I promise you, trust me, it'll keep your press-ons on for a long time. I've done press-on nails on my niece, and she tells me that everybody thinks they're acrylic nails, which is obviously my goal. You know, it's the whole point of like my channel and everything is to make them look like acrylic, but they will stay on her for 1 to 2 weeks, and she's a kid. She's only 10, so the fact that they stay on that long and she does not take care of her nails, she bends them, she plays, she does everything, is very, very good. The fact that that Dashing Diva glue works that good. So if you guys want a good glue for press-ons, that Dashing Diva Fast Bond, it's a pink little tube. It's extremely thick, and it is from Sally's Beauty. But for rhinestones and crystals, I prefer this one. So I needed to get that out. I said it like a little brief in one of my past videos, but I needed to say it again because I know I recommended you guys that Dashing Diva glue, and I did love it, but the white cast was just so strong, and I wanted to find an alternative, and that's when I looked up and found this one. I was researching for literally hours on end on which nail glue would be good, and I really love this one. So you guys should definitely try it out. It comes in a really nice big quantity too. It's not like a tiny little bottle like those tiny little nail glue bottles. It's not like that. It's like a big one, so it'll last you like a long time, and that's what I love about it. So I just love things that are affordable. You guys know me, I love a good deal. Like, if you guys have been watching my channel, you guys know I love a good deal. I love getting a good price on good quality products. And that's why any product I use, if I immediately don't like it, I will literally stop using it. Like, I only use products I actually like, and that's why you'll notice me talking about them over and over again. Because if I don't like it, I literally won't use it, and I will not recommend it to you guys. I promise you that. Like, I recommend a lot of Nails Bling Supply new gel polishes, but I've tried other Nails Bling Supply products, and not even just them, Nailzbydev too, any brand. I've tried some of their products that I don't like, and I literally just don't recommend it to you guys. Because even though I bought it, I paid for it, whatever, I don't recommend it to you. I only recommend you guys what I actually love. And yeah, so I'm kind of rambling, but basically here I'm just applying my top coat. Once I did my top coat, I cured the nail set. And if you're new to my channel, I do file my nails at the very end, but I do it off camera. And then once it was put away into the box, this is how it turned out. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you haven't already. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!